We are all connected energetically at a spiritual level. This means that when anyone on the planet is sending you energy in the form of thoughts or feelings about you, you are capable of picking up on that energy. We call this being psychic or being intuitive, but it's not a gift for a rare select few, but rather an energetic ability, the ability to read energy that all of us have access to. We all have the ability to subconsciously pick up on energetic information that others are sending to us, and we have the ability to then interpret that energy in conspicuous, conscious ways. It's just that because of the way many of us have been programmed by society to be overly logical, overly rationally minded, we have created these artificial blockages within our mind, our mental body, and our energetic body that prevent us at times from fully consciously understanding the meaning of the ways in which we are interpreting energy. So in this podcast video, it is my goal to reconnect you with those inner gifts and that inner knowing within yourself to discover whether or not someone specific that you may have in mind coming into this video is thinking about you, but not just thinking about you. In this podcast, we are going to be discussing 10 signs someone loves you, 10 psychic signs someone is thinking about you in a loving way, which could be platonic love, although I know that for most of you listening, you will be most interested to know about whether a particular person is sending you romantic love. So maybe you came to this video because you have been experiencing some very unexplainable signs, symptoms, synchronicities about a certain person. And you might be wondering, why am I experiencing all of this? Alternatively, you might have stumbled on this video, and if that is the case, know that there are no coincidences or accidents in this video. Or really in the universe, there's no accident that you found this video. So there may be some message or concept here for you that will be essential or informative to you in some way. Now, before I get into these 10 psychic signs that someone loves you, I first invite you to subscribe to this channel. Join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. I also do want to introduce myself. So for those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. The first psychic sign someone loves you is that you start to have what you might consider to be intrusive thoughts about being romantic, being intimate, or being affectionate with a person who you've never really seen in that light before. Maybe this is a friend, a coworker, a classmate, someone who you may have only seen as a friend, an acquaintance, someone you might pass in the hallway, and then all of a sudden, you find yourself at random thinking about what it would be like to go on a date with this person, to hold their hand, to hug them. These thoughts may become louder when you are in the presence of this person. And this would be because the thoughts they are sending you, the energy they are sending you in the form of love for you, which you are then picking up and interpreting as these loving, romantic thoughts about them, will become amplified when you are also in their physical presence. The second sign someone loves you, and of course, this sign will only apply if you have shared contact information, but you might find yourself randomly getting the urge to text this person something positive, to ask how they've been, to catch up with them, to have some kind of positive interaction or conversation with them. And again, the key with these signs is that it seems to hit you completely out of nowhere. There's no trigger for these thoughts or feelings. That is a very, very strong indicator that these thoughts and feelings are not your own, but actually something you are picking up on from the collective. And in this case, one person within the collective that is sending you a lot of loving, thoughtful energy, which you are then picking up and consciously interpreting in the form of wanting to reach out to them. Whether or not this person is spiritual, which it's very likely they may not be inherently a spiritually minded person, but regardless, they are unconsciously perhaps manifesting you to contact them, manifesting you to be interested in them. This is also the same phenomenon that explains why we so often desire to reflect back how others feel about us. So if someone is jealous of us, if someone doesn't like us, and they send us those negative vibes, that negative, lower vibrational energy, we will sometimes subconsciously reflect that back and feel that negativity towards them, even if we are typically a positive-minded person. But the opposite is true as well. When someone is so kind and thoughtful and expresses a lot of loving energy towards us, even if there are traits about the person that we could pinpoint and point out and say, I don't like this or that about them, it won't really matter because their positive energy they are sending us is so strong that their love for us causes us to want to mirror that love back to them. This is the power of love. This is why love is the most powerful frequency on the planet. So when this person is sending you love, you absolutely will be picking up on it and interpreting it in some way through at least one of these 10 signs. The third sign, a psychic sign someone loves you, is you will find yourself desiring to be close to them. You could say that in a literal sense. You will feel drawn to them, pulled to them, almost magnetically. You will want to be close to them, not just physically. If you're in the same room, you may feel almost this magnetic pulling sensation towards them. But even emotionally, you will desire to know more about them. You will find your curiosity is randomly piqued about who they are and what they do in the world, their likes, their dislikes. You will naturally find yourself intrigued by them. And again, very often, these feelings are accompanied by a bit of confusion. You may not be fully understanding, why am I suddenly getting so intrigued by this person? Why am I suddenly thinking about them in this way? And know that in those cases, it's very likely it's because you are picking up on the energy this other person is sending you. The fourth psychic sign someone loves you is that you begin to think really highly about them as a person or feel an intense sense of attraction to them. Even if you can point out some of their qualities or characteristics that you don't like, and even if you've had interactions with them that weren't necessarily positive, you won't be able to really pinpoint why you're suddenly feeling amicable towards this person, affectionate towards this person. It will seem to come out of nowhere, this feeling of likability that this person suddenly seems to take on in your eyes, in your mind, that again doesn't really have a trigger. There was no interaction, conversation that seemed to spur on these feelings of admiration, attraction, or affection, and yet there they are. The fifth sign that someone loves you is a pretty obvious one, and one of the most traditional signs someone is thinking of you, and this is that you start dreaming of them. If you start having dreams, especially vivid dreams, especially dreams where you are romantic or you are intimate or you are sharing some kind of a warm conversation or interaction with this other person, again, a person that you may not have really been thinking about romantically or really consciously having any feelings for, if you start dreaming about them in this way, this is a very strong sign that this person has been thinking about you a lot in a romantic light. The reason that we so often experience the most vivid signs that someone is thinking about us through our dreams is because while we sleep, the subconscious mind is wide open and impressionable, whereas the conscious mind is dormant. And this is a really rare and unique time of the day because our subconscious mind actually processes most of what is being sent to us. Whenever we receive energy from another being, another soul, we actually pick up on it through the subconscious mind and then interpret it through conscious signs, signals, and sensations, such as the signs in this list. But this is all functioning first through the subconscious. So it makes sense that while our subconscious has free reign over our mind as we are sleeping, as we are dreaming, that it would put forth the image of this person to essentially deliver us a message to tell us, hey, this person has been thinking about you with a lot of love. The sixth sign someone loves you, a psychic sign they love you, is you may feel like over time, as you continue to have these dreams or these thoughts or feelings that don't quite make sense, as they intensify, you may almost feel as though you are beginning to obsess a little bit over this person. Now, the reason you might use this word obsess or obsessing is because to your conscious mind, it doesn't make logical sense. Your conscious mind can't figure out why you are thinking about this person so intensely, why you are dreaming about them, why you are feeling this way about them, because again, you may be able to point out qualities or traits of this person that you don't necessarily vibe with, that you don't necessarily like about them. And yet, beneath all that logic and reasoning is this pull that you're feeling. Now, of course, this is not the same type of pull that we have in soul connections. In soul connections, there's much more of a mutuality at play. These are our soulmates, our twin flame, and I could get into a whole separate video about how to tell whether someone is just trying to manifest you, sending you this energy, which is causing you to feel this type of way, or whether this is a soul connection. But in these cases where someone is simply actively, consciously sending you a lot of thought and feeling emotional energy, you will find yourself bordering on obsession when it comes to this person or the idea of them, and not really fully understanding why. Why would I be thinking or feeling obsessively about this individual? The seventh sign that you are experiencing someone sending you a lot of love energy at the spiritual level is that something about your attraction to them, your pull to them, feels off or feels confusing. You can't quite explain it. You can't quite put your finger on it, but this doesn't really feel like you falling in love with them. It doesn't really feel like a crush, even though you're feeling this interest, this attraction, this pull. Something feels like cognitive dissonance. It feels like a disalignment between what is surfacing in your body, in your mind, and what you're actually feeling at a core level. This can cause your brain to really work overtime and try to figure out, wait a second, why am I feeling this way on the surface when at a deeper level I'm feeling the opposite, or I'm not feeling anything like this towards this person? This is very similar to what empaths describe experiencing, and some of you may be empaths as well. When you are an empath, you pick up energy from people around you much more easily than most people do. You are, in a sense, very fluid with your energetic boundaries. And because of this, you will often feel feelings in your body and even in your mind that are not your own. So you might actually start feeling viscerally angry when you aren't actually angry. And it's kind of a rough comparison, but it's the same way for when someone loves you and is sending you this loving energy, but you may not necessarily be returning the feelings, you are still capable of empathically picking up on their love, feeling their love in your physical body or in your emotions, almost as though you are attracted to them or you love them. And yet at a deeper level, you might know that's not the case if you don't reciprocate their feelings. Now, the 8th sign that someone loves you is you may actually start interpreting the energy they are sending you through your physical body. So even when you are at a distance from this person, you may suddenly feel as though this person is looking over your shoulder, standing right beside you. It's almost like you feel the presence of this person heavy on you or with you. You may even go out to the store or to the park, to other places, and mistakenly believe that you are seeing this person in a crowd, even if it's not them. This is a way that your mind is picking out signs and these synchronicities when you're out and about to feed you the information that you are actually receiving a lot of energy from that particular person. The 9th sign that someone loves you, that you can feel psychically, is that because, and especially in cases where these thoughts feel intrusive because they don't really feel like your own, in cases where you don't reciprocate the energy, you may actually feel very drained by thoughts and feelings and dreams about this person. They might actually leave you feeling fatigued, feeling a bit tired. And this tiredness is actually, again, coming from the dissonance. Essentially, there is a disconnect between what you are consciously feeling and thinking about this person and what your soul knows you actually feel about them at a deeper level. If you were to peel back all of these layers of energy you are actually absorbing from them. And as your mind tries to sort all of this out, it's almost like it's running into overdrive. It's running on overtime, trying to sort out what feelings are yours, what feelings are theirs, why you are feeling this way at all. And that can be very draining on your bodily systems. Now, because of how much energy is passing between you and this person, it is extremely essential for you to participate in a daily energy clearing ritual. Now, I have been using subliminals for daily energy clearing for the last 2 years, and since doing this exercise, I have seen profound results, shifts, and changes in my life. And this is because subliminals address these subconscious parts of the mind, and it's actually the subconscious mind that controls 95% of our thoughts, actions, and outcomes in life. So meditating with subliminals is a truly powerful and effective way to radically shift your energy and magnetize yourself for your desires in life. It is also a very powerful energy clearing tool. So as you can see on the screen on my website, soundandsoulful.com, I've created over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. So I have subliminals for physical appearance changes, for mood shifts like confidence, happiness, anxiety relief, for love, relationships, material manifestations like money and business success, for energy clearing, and so much more. Now, specifically, if you would like to clear your energy and to begin magnetizing yourself for your desires in life by clearing limiting beliefs and negative subconscious thoughts that are stored within the mind, I most highly recommend my 7-chakra energy clearing subliminal meditation. This is one I personally use every single day because this is an incredibly comprehensive energy clearing and vibration raising tool. So the link to this 7-chakra energy clearing will be in the pinned comments and description box under this video. And when you sign up for a free trial account on my website, you can access any subliminal I've created and even create your own custom private playlists completely free for 7 days by creating a free trial account on my site. And again, the information on those subliminals is linked in the pinned comments and description box. To close out this video, I want to share with you the 10th sign someone loves you. And this is that you simply begin to feel them present with you, not just physically, as we mentioned in sign number 9, but also mentally, what we traditionally think of as telepathically as well. When someone is sending you a lot of energy, especially a lot of emotionalized energy, meaning there is a lot of love behind it, which is the most powerful force on the planet, this begins to open, or rather strengthen, the energetic bond between the two of you, which naturally opens you to telepathically experiencing one another. Now, telepathy can happen actually in many forms. We can have physical telepathy, feeling as though the person is holding us, kissing us, has their arms wrapped around us. But we can also have telepathy in the more traditional sense. Mentally, you might feel as though you are hearing this person's commentary in your mind as you're going about your day, wondering how they would be reacting or what they would be saying in response to something going on around you in that moment in time. This is a very strong indicator that someone has been thinking about you a lot, especially in a romantic light. So I really hope some of these signs gave you some type of clarity if you are going through this experience of picking up or absorbing a lot of energy from someone who is sending you love. If any of these signs are something you are currently experiencing, I would love to hear your stories, thoughts, and experiences in the comments section under this video. I invite you to subscribe if I resonate with you in some way. The link to the 7-chakra energy clearing is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. I am wishing you a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in the next video.